Hey everyone, welcome back to Extra Credit Lit Reviews, and today we're going to be talking about Silverwing by Kenneth Opel, which is a fantasy book that came out sometime in the 90s when I was a kid, and when white running shoes and faded blue jeans were very, very cool. But don't worry, this book actually is a pretty cool book. The premise of this book, as I said, it's a fantasy novel, is that there's this young bat named Shade, and he's part of the Silverwing colony. And what happens is one day Shade does something that makes the owls really angry, because the bats and the owls are kind of like enemies in these books. And the owls burn down Shade's whole colony tree as a result. And so Shade and his whole Silverwing colony have to make this journey across many, many miles to find a new place to live. But of course, on the journey, not everything goes very well, and Shade at one point is swept out to sea in a storm and is separated from his colony, and he meets another bat named Marina, who belongs to a different bat colony, and the two of them have to go and make a journey to go and find the Silverwing colony again so they can hibernate with them for the winter. However, the complicating factor is that there is an evil vampire bat named Goth, because what else would he be named? And he is trying to hunt down Shade and Marina, and he's going to try to use them so that he can find his way to the Silverwing colony so he can devour all the Silverwing bats. So he's a pretty evil guy. I give this book probably 4.5 out of 5. It's a great fantasy story. One of the things I really like about it is how episodic it is. So every chapter is sort of like a different adventure or a different part of the journey. So it's kind of like The Hobbit in that way. For example, in one chapter they have to make their way through a big city at nighttime. In another chapter they get captured by pigeons because pigeons are super evil, of course. Another chapter, they're trying to get away from Goth, who's chasing them through a storm. All kinds of cool stuff happens. I'm not going to give too many spoilers about this one. All that I will say is that there are 2 more books in the series after this one, and they actually get pretty dark at times. Book 3 in particular is downright nasty at times and just kind of gruesome, and I was really kind of disturbed actually reading book 3. So book 1 is great. Book 2 starts going some dark places. Book 3 is pretty disturbing. They're all very well written, but just be forewarned. That's kind of why I give it a 4.5 out of 5 for this one, simply because the downside of this one that I found was that later on it gets kind of disturbing. But great book to read on its own. You can see on the back here, this is actually not a summary of the book. This is the summary down here. This is all the awards that this book has won. So that already tells you something about this book. If you haven't read Silverwing yet, you've kind of missed out. So go and read it. Have a great time. We'll see you later.